Let's talk about some of the people involved in settling an estate and some of the roles these people play. First is the decedent. This is the person who has died and whose estate you might be taking through probate. That person is called the decedent. Second is the executor or the administrator. This might be you. This is the person responsible for making sure all of the steps are followed and everything is done properly. Now, the terms executor and administrator are generally used interchangeably. No one's going to get mad at you if you use the wrong one. But the technical difference depends on whether the decedent had a will or not. If so, you are the executor because you are executing the terms of that will. If not, you are the administrator. Third, serving as executor or administrator makes you a fiduciary. This is a person in a position of trust with respect to another person's property. Typically, the person has a legal obligation to act in the best interest of someone else. So it might refer to you as the executor, but it might also refer to a trustee, an attorney, or financial advisor. Fourth is an heir or an heir at law. This is typically a blood relative of the decedent who might be entitled to some of their property. State law determines which, if any, heirs inherit property. And note, being an heir does not necessarily entitle anyone to a share of the decedent's estate. The one exception here, in some circumstances, is a spouse. Sometimes being a spouse does entitle you to a share of the decedent's property. Fifth, contrast heir with a beneficiary. This is a person who's named in the will of a decedent. That's important, they're named in the will, who is entitled to receive property or a share of the decedent's estate. Now, know that the heirs and the beneficiaries could be two totally different groups of people. Probably there's some overlap. Many people do want to provide for their relatives in their will, that's typical, but it's not always the case. So be sure to keep these groups separate in your mind. Remember these terms. We'll be referring to these people throughout the video, so feel free to check back if you need a refresher. And if you want some guidance communicating with any of these people or some general help, give us a call and we can assist.